What is going on, guys? James from Urban Bastards out here in my bait making room, and they're on to some new adventures. Went to Hobby Lobby and I got the Lumelite super casting kit. As you can see right there, this is what they originally made the first whopper plopper with. And me and my buddy Tim, years ago when we very first started fishing, we watched the videos on YouTube of him making those. And years ago, we started fiddling around in his garage, made some little baits, and first bait I ever made on a first cast, I ended up catching a duck with it. The duck chased it down and ate it before I could even. It got my bait and took it. But anyway, so now I got this guy. Got the whole casting kit. I've been watching videos on doing this ever since I started fishing. So I've only been fishing, I think this is my ninth year, maybe 10th, at bass fishing, and been making a lot of stuff, man. A lot of baits. Make all kinds of weird stuff. This is actual skunk fur, like this guy. If you see the tail on that Senko, it's actual skunk fur. I just lay the fur across the mold, put the mold together, and then inject it kind of slow, and comes out with some fur on it. Looks pretty cool, man. Little guys I'm making. These were some of the first ones I made. Just messing around with stuff. Some of the first glides I made. They swim kind of good. The connections aren't too great. This is the very first rat I made. I made that guy and this guy out of an old chair legs. We're throwing it away, and got a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to be putting a bill on this guy. It swims kind of funky. Bunch of other guys that I made. These ones. This guy, this was my first attempt at the double joints. Now I got better at that. Made this guy. Been doing some crazy paint jobs on stuff like this. This guy. I have a whole bunch of baits that I repainted. These guys are all for sale. I'm selling these ones with the hook for 10 bucks a piece. And then I have a whole bunch in here that don't have hooks or anything. These are, sell these 5 bucks a piece. I just got to get like a website set up, or if any of my friends that are local want to hit me up when I'm out at a fishing spot, or if you know where I live, come by and buy a couple baits off me. Basically what it does, every time I make more stuff, it gives me the opportunity to buy more products. So I just keep putting the money back into everything. I keep buying more paints. I'm going to be buying another airbrush soon. Trying to do this as cheaply as possible, but basically what I'm going to be doing with this kit here is I'm going to be molding these two guys. I think I'm going to start out with just doing one of these, and I'm going to see how much mold stuff I end up having, and see if I can do this guy, because it's going to be a 2-part mold. I'll do this guy first, and if this guy and this guy work, then I'll buy more of the molding stuff, and I'll mold the big rat. I'm going to make sure to know what I'm doing before I start going big with it. So I'm going to start small with this guy and then work my way up bigger. I got to buy some micro balloons online, which I'll be mixing in with the 2-part resin. The micro balloons will help the plastic float. So yeah, in the last couple months, what I've been doing is I've just been messing around with paint on old baits like this. This is a popper I found. These guys I bought at Bass Pro. Ones like this. I caught a bunch of fish the other day on this guy. That little private pond we were at. Actually, same exact bait, but my other one is in the bait box. Bunch of funny little things that I was making before. Little cigar, or a blunt, if you want to call it a blunt or cigar or whatever. Somebody wanted me to make those a long time ago, so I made a bunch of them. Some crazy baits. Just messing around, putting glitter in the epoxy and stuff. Red, white, and blue one for 4th of July. Anyways, guys, I'm out here in the bait room, getting some stuff done. I'm going to finish painting this guy today. I may throw the footage up on here once I get it finished. A couple videos behind on editing from fishing, and I got the day off from work today, so I am working in the bait room trying to get some stuff done. Thank you guys for watching, subscribing, tell your friends about us. Got a lot of content on the page. Want to start getting out more quality content. Kind of tough, working a lot, got my daughter here all the time, and yeah, anyways, get out there and fish, guys. Urban Bass Slayers, it's time. It's starting to heat up out there. Just went through a bad cold front, fish shut down, but we're going to start eating again this week. Just went through a new moon phase, heading back into another full moon. The bass, pretty much most of the bass have spawned out in the small ponds, but in a lot of the lakes where the water's colder, they're just now starting to spawn. So have fun out there. Urban Bass Slayers, thanks for watching. So doing this bait here, it's a Jason Kincannon glide bait. He does the G-Rat rats. Pretty cool ass baits, and he also does the Sneaky Pete's. I guess this bait was one that I think he made this before they were doing the Sneaky Pete's. It's got a little bit of a different tail section. Pretty cool bait. Found it out at Rancho Murrieta on the shore when the water was way low. It was sitting like this in the mud. I thought it was a dead fish, and I picked it up, and the whole paint job on it had deteriorated off of it because it had been sitting in the mud so long. So I'm repainting this guy, and I don't know, coming out kind of cool. I did a white base on the whole thing, opaque white base, Createx. Then I threw some pearl white on the belly. I wrapped the whole thing with this material that I got at Joann Fabrics. You can get it by the yard. It's kind of cool looking. So I wrap it, and then I put the alligator clips on the bottom to hold it, and then I sprayed this old hobby color pink down the sides, and then I took the pearlized pink, sprayed it on the face at an angle going back this way, so there's a little bit of pearlized right here. Then I took, now that I know I can use all my acrylic paints if I just throw a little bit of reducer in there, I threw this on the back while it was still wrapped. Took the wrap off last night, let the paint sit, came out here this morning, and I just mixed together some hobby color gold and some Dr. Martin's India ink, some sepia, and that the sepia and the gold together kind of makes like a greenish color. Looks good. I might do one more like darker color on the black back, maybe some Wicked Colors black. It doesn't come out quite thick. You can layer it really lightly, so I may layer that a little bit. Then I'm going to come back, do some black dots splatted on it, and then I don't know, I may do the gills, do the gill plates, do them right, throw the eyes on it, and 220 epoxy it. Should be fun. Take this guy out and toss it. Pretty cool paint job so far. I have somebody, a friend of a friend, that wants me to paint a Sneaky Pete. So he wants me to do a trout pattern on it, but with the style that I paint. So I've had this guy sitting here. I didn't really want to repaint it. Wanted to keep it original, but I also want to get my skills going. And I'm gonna go throw this thing. This thing looks awesome. Whoops. I need some better helping hands. These things are small. The bases on them are real small. I may just get a piece of wood and build some kind of little thing so the base of these are bigger. So I got these at Harbor Freight for like $5, and you can use the coupon. It's like 30% off or something like that. Anyway, Urban Bass Slayers, just getting it done out in the bait room. Show you the end result here in a minute. Progress. I wrapped it. I mixed sepia and gold. Did the sepia and gold on the top. I re-wrapped it. And then I did spray black from the front this way, and what that does is when it hits on this stuff, It gives like a 3D effect, and it'll leave little gaps in the paint colors. It goes like that, and then I went back with the little brush, one of the little plastic bristle brushes like this. Put some finished black on there. I used the detail black on here, which is it's like a little bit lighter and thinner, and then I used the thick black on this, and I just took it on the paintbrush and I just flicked it with my hand like this until I got the desired spots I wanted. And where there were some spots where it was a little bit like right here I wanted a dot, so I just took some black, dotted a couple spots that didn't get where I wanted. I heat set this with the blow dryer in between every set. I just hit it with the blow dryer real quick. It just sets the paint, that way it doesn't come off. And then what I'm doing here, somebody else wants me to paint one of these for them, so I'm writing down every step, so next time I can go back and I can copy this if it comes out good. Now after this, I'm going to do the gills, and then I'm going to put the eyes in, and I think it's done. Looks pretty good, I think. I think it looks good for what I'm going for, and this style of painting with the mesh on it and everything. Probably put this on the custom crankbait page on Facebook too. Brotherhood of Custom Crankbaiting on Facebook. Man, it's hard to get into that page, but once you do, there's a lot of professional painters out there. Jekyll Baits 242. Just look up Jekyll 242 or 424, I think it is. Sorry, but yeah, go look up her stuff, man. She does some really good stuff. And then Lure Me In Baits. Michael Orenstein, man, he runs the Facebook page, and the stuff he paints is just, it looks so realistic, man. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to painting this, show you the finished product. I'm thoroughly happy with this end result. It's pretty good. Gotta work a little bit on my fins there. Should have probably thrown some sepia up over the white there. That's alright. I think it looks good. Got it signed. Always gotta sign your stuff. I'm forgetting to sign some of my baits lately. Anyway, gotta clear cut it. Got this first guy done. Now I am going to do this guy. Opaque whiteout. Got my brush filled up. I'm going to do this. Won't bore you guys with the whole painting process. Just